Okay, welcome everyone. How are you doing? Shoo, it's sunny in the south of France, eh? Let me tell you. Man, it's so warm. Ooh. I hope you're having a great day so far with price moving to the upside. Also, I'm about to finish an important post in Discord. So let me shortly finish this. And then you will see a brand new message in the Koens Updates channel in Discord. Because we have listened to the community. And we have, from today onwards, introduced something. So I'm literally at the end of writing my message. Okay, let's close Spotify while I'm writing the end of my message in Discord for the community, because we're gonna have something new that was requested by quite a lot of people in the community. So let me quickly read it. No. And poof. Okay, there we go. New message in Discord. So there we go. Welcome everyone. Happy to have you here in this live stream. We're gonna cover Elliott waves. Of course, at the beginning of the stream, always say hi, but we also got an announcement. So let me immediately begin with that announcement. Get that out of the way. Probably I'll repeat it tomorrow as well and later in the stream, just to make sure everyone realizes it. I also still have to post it on YouTube and also in Telegram probably. But when we... so I use this CVD indicator, right? With all the lines. It's incredibly helpful. You don't necessarily need to read CVD yourself because you can just look at the lines, they're automated, and you will be able to spot CVD divergences this way, which significantly helps in trading. CVD for me is a very important tool in my toolbox. I love CVD. I always talk about it because I'm very excited. It's like the tool that gives me the most profit. So I love using CVD, and the lines makes it very easy to read CVD and significantly reduces the time it takes to learn CVD. You can just implement CVD. And this CVD indicator, right? People are able to get this absolutely for free by clicking the link, first link description, which is by becoming an affiliate. Many people did, and thank you for your support. That is very appreciated. But also a few people, sometimes we got the question asking, hey, can I just pay for this CVD instead of becoming an affiliate, because I trade where I like to trade, and that's okay, cool. So for those people, it took a while to get it sorted, not gonna lie, because of like research, setting everything up. But Jeroen has been incredibly helpful, which is my employee. You see him here as well, Koens team. And Jeroen managed to set it up. So we now have here a Google form, right? I probably need to put it somewhere in probably in a good to know channel or something. But Jeroen worked really, really hard to get everything sorted. As people had to wait for a long time, we now put the price on 60. In 2024, it will be a bit high, or 2025, it will increase. We have like new things coming and a whole new system coming in with memberships and everything. But and of course, marked conform, as we say in the Netherlands. Like we checked what's out there online. Most of indicators and tools are very, very expensive, but we didn't want to go that way. So yeah, this is now also an option for the ones that wish to use this. We got a couple of questions, so I'm sure that some people will enjoy this. So this is now launched. Again, you can get it absolutely for free by just becoming an affiliate and then fill in the form that you'll see. So, you know, it's no pressure, no thing, but we got the question from people that asked for this. Mainly in the general questions and questions to Koen section here, and also in live streams sometimes. So we listen and we got you an option. So now you have the option for free as an affiliate, or if you don't want to be an affiliate, you can just get it like this. Fill in the form, follow the steps, easy peasy, 1, 2, 3, and there you go. So hopefully it will help some people to also make use of the CVD indicator for people that don't want to become an affiliate, but still want to support the channel as well. So yeah, very nice. And again, thanks to Jeroen for all his work, because he is the one that actually kind of like made it happen. So yeah. Let me actually tag you in. Okay, there we go. Perfect. So how are you doing, everyone? Price moving to the upside. About to take 69K. Maybe it will happen during the live stream as well. So good afternoon from very sunny France. Brahim, Yaniv, good to have you here. Yaniv, you're on my agenda because on my agenda is sending you a message to plan a meeting. So if you already have a couple of days/times, make sure to let me know, because that's going to be my next question on Discord. Senat, welcome. Cosmin, Andrew, how you doing? F Society, what's up? Looking for some clarity. We will jump into it. Jocasta, Bitcoin pumping. Yep, absolutely. It's nice to see a bit of action at the beginning of the week. We are, of course, approaching some interesting news and politic related days. So volatility will very likely be here the rest of the week, one would assume, if you look on like Thursday, Wednesday. I mean, we have news Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, but I think Thursday, Friday, should be the most interesting too. And then the 5th of November is the presidential election in the US. So that should be quite interesting as well. Just be aware with that type of news, like trading on those days, if you are not in positions and stuff, can be incredibly risky because of very volatile movements, especially maybe the 5th of November. So be aware. John Button, how you doing? Welcome. Got the gifted sub from maybe a Band-Aid yesterday. Good to have you here. CQ, Doxer, Rodney, good morning. Flotty, how you doing with the beautiful blue badge? Bert, Power Meet, Jeroen, how you doing? Thanks for your help, and good meeting earlier today. Dexter, we watched your episode yesterday. I'm not sure if we finished the season, but Hannah is now in the live, like you got a girlfriend right now called Hannah in the series. So that's where we are. BBL was watching Alex. Yeah, Alex is a great guy, such a great guy. Nice to see he's live as well. And yeah, make sure to check him out sometimes. Very relaxed guy, completely different type of analysis, but you might learn a thing or two. GTP sleeper, corrective retracement. Yeah, so the option would be a flat structure. Mohib, welcome. Eva, Anushka. Noob Deon Serega. Can I have Lupotier launch near Beerbit. What's happening, Lupo? Are you flooding the Bitcoin TA channel? What is a affiliate? I can't figure out how. Oh, Tress. It's if are you in Discord? So okay, let me just close this and then we go into the analysis. So we now have two options to get the CVD indicator. Some people wanted to go the affiliate route, which gives you the indicator absolutely free. The other one is the new system that we have introduced today. Because many, actually very few, gotta say, people ask for this, but we want to give people an option, right? So now one can just get it by USDT payment as well, which is this system here, as requested by some people in the general question and questions to Koen's channel. Becoming an affiliate is just by checking the links in the description or in Discord. Make sure to do your own research. I personally trade on Blowfin. So for example, you can go to Blowfin by using this link or the link in the description, which is the same. And then you just register and then you fill in the form as well to get the CVD indicator, which we can give you if you can't find it. Cheers, John. Okay, so let's start, everyone. Let's start. So let's start on the weekly time frame, and I'm gonna move some of the stuff up. So we have. I don't want to do channels today. We're gonna do this. Gonna have this. We always got to talk about bearish scenarios as well. So for the sake of being complete, we gotta do this. And then I have this. Those were just, I was playing around with the chart. So I probably have to remove a couple of the 1 hour scenarios. Where's my dailies? Oh, wait, they're here. Put it there. There we go. Okay, so let's start with the analysis. 18 minutes in, perfect. So on the weekly time frame, we continue to keep an eye on this scenario here, which is a 5-wave impulsive structure, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, where the target for your 5 is 81 to 129. Of course, it's a big area of interest, right? But as price then moves up, based on lower time frame structures, we will be able to be a lot more accurate. Now, one of the scenarios here locally is a potential triple 1-2, right? Like 1-2, 1-2, 1-2. If that's the case and you do get a 3 up, you need to wait for 4-5, 4-5, 4-5, and then you get a drop. So you have the grind at the beginning, and then you have the grind at the end, after which you then expect a retracement to the downside. That's then what you're looking for in this scenario. Or, of course, you have the diagonal 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5 finish down. But by all means, that is your area of interest. It's always good to be conservative first, instead of having targets of 300K, 500K, whatever, how many the target is some people have. It's absolutely fine to have those targets, but it's good to be conservative, because I also know that people here were talking about 100, 500, 1 million per Bitcoin. Even here, I heard some people that told me that during the move up here in 2017, I wasn't active back then, but that you also had messages of, oh, we go to the moon, we're never going to go down, la-di-la-di-la, and then before you know it, you were back at 3K, right? Oh, we go to the moon, 250K easy. People watch CNBC or whatever those financial programs are, listening to so-called experts talking about 400K and whatnot per Bitcoin here in 2021. And then price finds itself at first 30K, 69, and 15. So be conservative. It will help you a lot more, right? So it's better to just observe what price does as it moves up, and then continue to observe the ranges that will form in the future, and then make decisions based on that. So this is your first bullish scenario, right? And your more bullish scenario is this one here, 1-2, 1-2, and you still have to start a wave 3. Now, what's different with the previous scenario is that now we expect a very impulsive move to the upside in 3, and only very short ranges as price is moving up, right? So you move up and a short range up, up, up. And then eventually you finish 3 and then you get a bigger range in 4. That's perfectly fine. But basically your targets are going to be a lot higher and the structure is going to be different, right? Different. You want to move up very quickly, short ranges. While if we're looking for a wave 5, right? We want to see 4 5s here as well to finish an impulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Finish an impulsive structure. And then you get a big retracement and a much bigger range. Right, so that is the difference. In a more bullish scenario, double 1, 2, look for 3. You're likely also going to move beyond the target for a wave 5. Right, you're going to move above it. Now, the bearish scenario, which is the lowest probability scenario, we have a 3-wave structure, and then we look up and an ABC, I mean, below 15K is not relevant at all, of course, at the moment. But that would be your target for a flat, a regular flat, and then you move up. WXY, and then your Y target would be 30K. Log scale is recommended on the weekly time frame. On a linear scale, the target would be 43.2K. But as log scale is the recommended time frame on a weekly time frame when price pumped 300%, the log fibs are also recommended. So 30K would then be your target minimum for a continuation for a bear market, right? Yeah, but at the moment, highest probability scenario, alternative bullish scenario, right? This one is on number 2. In both cases, you take out all-time high and we observe what happens as price moves to the upside. And then you have the bearish scenario, which is your lowest probability scenario. Then we go to the daily time frame. All right, so on the daily time frame, we have the double 1, 2. Of course, there is the potential for a triple 1, 2 when you count this as a 1, 2 as well. The reason I don't is because there's also the opportunity to finish this corrective structure at this low, and it doesn't really matter. Because it doesn't matter if you're looking for a double 1, 2 or if you're looking for a triple 1, 2. In the end, it's a multi 1, 2, and then you move up. If price would move towards the upside, right, and continues up in a 3, it's quite easy to identify moving out of positions. Because if you have your 1, 2, 1, 2, and you would move up in a wave 3, you look for 4, 5, 4, 5. Now, if you add another 1, 2, you add another 4, 5, right? But once you get into 4, 5 territory, that is the area of interest to slowly look for profits and that sort of stuff. So coming 1, 4, 5 short is no problem from a risk management point of view. But we'll see what the structures bring us in the future if we get a third or not. But this is, of course, your most bullish scenario where the common target for 205,786, 382 is less common, still a target, 65.4 has been touched, and then the 886 very rare, invalidation is the low. And the wave 2 can be any corrective structure except a triangle. So you can have zigzags, you can have flats, you can have sideways WXYs. Right, there's a lot of options, but we will zoom into the lower time frame in this live stream. This is the old video. This was the video of this morning, but not everyone is awake in the morning. And second, I surely just want to cover this. Right, so then we have here so we are going to jump in the lower time frame, yes, but it is important to go from high to low in my opinion. So we start on the weekly, go to the daily, and then we jump in. So you know what the daily counts mean. Then we have here the second one, right? So this is an unfinished diagonal, 1, 2, 3, 4. You look for 5. Now, what is important here actually would be a deeper retracement to get a move up for a 3-wave A, B, C. And that is because the common target for your C is above the invalidation 72.8 with the current low that we have. So you would need to move down all the way to 61.1 for the common target, 1 to 1 here, to be below invalidation 72.9. The rare target for C, being the orange 618, is below 72.9, as you can see, but it is a rare target for a reason. So you preferably get a deeper retracement in this B, and then you move up in C. But in the end, this scenario also results in a bullish continuation, and in both cases, the double 1, 2 and this diagonal, you take the high, and then we just observe what happens, right? direction is more important than knowing the exact count, right? So it's more important, are the probabilities higher to take the high or the low? That's tradable. And then once you take that high, you just observe what happens with the volume, the structure, the range, right? Bearish scenario would be a flat here locally, A, B, C, or more local A, B, C. Target area is similar. You would need an impulse down, low probabilities as explained over the past days. And I think we even hit a local 886 now as well, just checking, which would lower the probabilities even more. Yes, we did. So yeah, probability is not high for these bearish scenarios, moving below 58 as well as 52. Most bearish scenario, expanding diagonal 1 or A, very rare, and then a double zigzag WXY in 2B. Also low probabilities. The 07 is a rare target, or a rare target is not something you like to see for a wave X. Actually, it is a rare target. In a double zigzag, significantly reduces probabilities that this is a double zigzag, and also if this is the end of your wave Y, and then a 535 to end this structure with. You want to see an impulsive move down, but counting this as a 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5, low probabilities, hit the 886. Probabilities were higher. This move down is a 3-wave structure as well. So yeah, lower probabilities for the bears, higher probabilities for the bulls on both the weekly as well as the daily time frame. And then we jump in to what we see locally. Now, I already explained that we touched the 886. So the 886 taken from 69.5 to the low. You will quite often see a reaction at the 886. Also keep an eye on the golden pocket. After an 886 touch, price does have an interest to move to the golden pocket. So it's always, that's why it's a template that I have here. 618 RT is retest basically. It's just something I pay attention to just in case. But the fact that the 886 is touched here from the high to the low increases probabilities to still take out this high here. Of course, we also had an 886 touch here. And I forgot the name who noticed, but of course, if you have a potential WXY, an 886 touch here is less relevant because you can have a wave Y finish on the 886 in the middle of a corrective structure, at the end of a corrective structure, right? So the 886 down here is less relevant than this 886. So the fact we touch this one increases probabilities to take out the high, even if price moves down in a wave C or a wave Y, probabilities are higher to still come back up at a later stage and take out 69.5K, moving ever so close to the all-time high. Very interesting. Okay. And then we have a couple of 1-hour scenarios. Now, I don't really know what all is in here because I was just playing around before this whole structure up happened. So let's see what we have, and let me quickly remove what's not relevant anymore. This one is still relevant. This one is still relevant. This one is also still relevant. Also still possible, and this one is invalidated. Okay, that's cool. So. Oh, by the way, the one that is invalidated, Control Z, is actually your bearish scenario. Do you care who wins the US presidential election? I don't really talk about politics. I don't follow politics. I usually mind my own business. One of the lessons I learned very, very early on as a global keynote speaker, that's something I do. I speak on stages around the world at global events. One of the main things I learned very early on from a speaker coach as well is never talk about politics. So I don't. So yeah, this bearish scenario here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This would have been a potential retracement for a bigger A, B, C, or 1, 2, 3. But the fact that you now hit this high here actually invalidates this scenario. Now, I know what you may say. Can't you move wave 2 here? And then move your invalidation to the high at 69.5, right? And then change this and change that, and then have oops, and then do this. You know, that can be a question you may have, right? Is this a possibility? The problem for this scenario is the count in your wave 2, right? So in a leading diagonal, where your wave 1 is a zigzag family structure, your wave 2 needs to be a zigzag family structure. It always needs to be a zigzag family structure. So in wave 2, you want to see a simple zigzag, double zigzag, or even a triple zigzag. Now the issue with putting a wave 2 here in a diagonal is that this structure here, which we counted, remember when price was moving up here on the 24th of October, the count that we had on the chart is, well, it doesn't really look impulsive. It looks better as a double zigzag. W, X, and a 3-wave Y. Now after this double zigzag, you then get a move towards the downside. And this is the move you wanted to see continue to the downside. Because the problem is now that by taking out this high, we cannot count this structure anymore as a zigzag family structure. Because a WXY, you cannot make this, you can't do this. You can't have a WXY inside a W. Right? We can't count we can't. Like there's only three zigzag family structures, which is an ABC, which means you would need to count a 5, a 3, and then a 5. But this move up is a low probability 5-wave structure, higher probability 3-wave structure. So low probabilities for a 5, 3, 5. Then you would need to have a double zigzag, which is a WXY, right? A WXY, so 5, 3, 5. And then a WXY would be a zigzag 5, 3, 5 correction and then a 5, 3, 5. The problem here is that this then needs to be a 5 and this needs to be a 5. But on the lower time frames, and you can see it here as well, right? You have one range here. These moves up count better as 3-wave structures. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Not as 5-wave structures, right? If this is a 5-wave structure, 1, 2, 3, 4, where's my 4? Where's my 5? Right? So it counts better as a 1, 2, 3 correction, 1, 2, 3, and not a 5, 3, 5. If that was the case, then you could make it a W, zigzag in W, correction, and then a zigzag in X. Now, even if that was true, then you still hit the 0.7 Fibonacci, which significantly lowers the probabilities for a double zigzag WXY. So even if we would go and label this as a 535, which is low probabilities, it still would be low probabilities because the 07 is hit. And a triple zigzag is very rare and never preferred. So therefore, the probabilities for very bearish scenarios have reduced, because the only bearish scenario you can get off a 69.5K high is an impulse, a diagonal, or a multi 1-2. An impulse here didn't work because 3-wave structure, not 5-wave structure. A multi 1-2, 1-2, 1-2 didn't work because we took the highs, invalidation, right? And now a diagonal doesn't work because of the price action here, which basically means what we, of course, already had is, well, this is a 3-wave structure. As long as in a diagonal, you don't have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. As long as you don't have a wave 4 confirmed in a diagonal, probabilities are higher that this is corrective, not impulsive, increasing probabilities to, at a later stage, at some time, take out that high. Right? So unless you have a wave 4 of a diagonal, probabilities are higher to look up. Only once you got wave 4 and 5 of a diagonal, that's when things change. But that is how we play with probabilities as information comes in. Now, we never got a wave 3 to the downside and 4 and 5 in a diagonal. So the probabilities remain higher to, at some stage, look for that high to be taken. Now, there's, of course, then a couple of scenarios we have here. First scenario, I'll answer those questions later. First of all, UIX, it's not a signal service, but I'll explain in a second. I'll explain. So first of all here, we have W, X, and then we have our wave Y, which is a finished corrective structure, right? So here we then have our zigzag, double zigzag in X, and then a flat in Y. Now this morning I was writing to Silver about the low time frames. So actually this morning I did a low time frame kind of update to Silver, because can this be a finished? And now that's why I again shortly highlighted the daily time frame. Remember, on the daily, you are looking for a wave 2 or a wave B, right? And in both cases, you still look up. And after 2 or B, you get 3 or C, and the B is for a diagonal. Diagonal finished, bigger retracement, and then up. I have seen some people counting a finished diagonal here, but I'm not fan of a finished diagonal here. Then you would need to count this as an A, B, and a C. And if this would be a finished diagonal, then you want a deep retracement. And so far, this has been very, very shallow. And also the fact we have a 3-wave here that is finished basically hints to the fact that you probably won't get a very deep retracement below this low, below the 60s, moving into the 50s. So looking for a 2 or B is more interesting. Now, in this case, your most bullish scenario would be a finished corrective structure, where you hit the 0.382 Fibonacci in a multi 1-2, hit the 382 Fibonacci, and in a diagonal, your wave B would then be in here. And then you continue up impulsively. Now, what is a pain in the ass though is wave Y. And you then have a sideways combo, W, double zigzag X, flat in Y. Now, let me show you the 15-minute time frame. Maybe we even go to the 5. Because if this is a finished WXY and we look for continuation to the upside, then this has to be a 5-wave impulsive structure. You need a impulse in here. Well, let me show how to get an impulse in here. It is ugly. It's ugly. So first of all, you would need to count 1, 2. Okay, we can count a 1, 2, and then what? 3, 4. How can we end 5 here? We can't, right? Because then all of this mess is a 5. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. This would mean that 1 and 4 overlap. 5 is truncated as well. It's shitty probabilities, no? And then you have a diagonal of some sort. So you have a 1, 2. You have your 3, 4, and 5. Now in this case, you are then looking 1, 2 for this, which of course is 1. There we go. So this would then need to be some sort of an expanding diagonal structure, which of course is very rare, never preferred unless everything else fails, which might happen. But by all means, counting this as a nice 5-wave impulsive structure to the downside is not great, no? But sometimes it's the way it is, so we just observe what happens here. Price is now moving to the upside, some volume as well coming in. So because of the volume coming in here, we have to wait for a range or a rejection. This would be your most bullish scenario, but I can't deny that this wave Y is very ugly. So, okay. Covered a few bearish scenarios. And then we get to probabilities then after. So first of all here, we have our flat 3-wave A, which means your WXY is now labeled A, right? Then we need a 3-wave B, 5-wave C. Your wave B has to be a 3-wave structure, as mentioned, right? So at the moment, we are only seeing this. What we are looking for, of course, is a 3-wave structure. So if price just continues up and up and up and up and up and volume is increasing, of course, probabilities increase for continuation instead of a wave B. Target for your wave B, most commonly 1.236 to the 1.38 taken from the high, the start to the end of your A, right? 70.4 to like 71K. And it is in confluence with resistance at 70.9K, which includes a weekly and monthly naked point of control at 70.9k, which by the way is also a daily naked point of control level. All right. And then you want a wave C to the downside to move below the low of your A, or in other words, just below these lows over here, right? Now this would continue the range, but you still have a WXY in there. Okay. Then we have a lower flat, a lower degree flat, I should say. So here we have 3-wave W, zigzag, WXY, X, and then A, B, C in Y. Zigzag in W, flat in Y. Now in this case, your wave A here is still a flat structure, right? So you still need to count this as a 5. A, B, and then a C to the downside in this particular scenario. So you can see we have like 3 scenarios. We gotta in those 3 count this as an impulse to the downside. Now in this case, we have the common target for B up here, 69,570, right? And then you still expect a wave C to the downside, but a wave B needs to be a 3-wave structure. And at the moment, observing the move up here, it's not much of a 3-wave structure here, right? It's just moving up and up and up. I'm just having a look now. Because price never really did this, right? I haven't analyzed this. We had bullish CVDs here, right? Bullish CVDs here, and all those bullish CVDs have played out. So it's like the trend is just moving up and volume coming in. But counting this as a nice 3-wave structure, also the highest volume is now in the end. So we can't count this like 1 or a B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So then you have A, B, C, but no, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. A, B, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. Yeah, you would need to end with a 5 now, but then your 5 has the highest volume, which is not what you like to see. So counting this as a 3-wave structure at the moment is not really interesting. I am much more interested in then looking for another range to form and then observe the range. And that range will give me clues of moving down, yes or no. Because at the moment, we just move up and we have CVD supporting that move to the upside as well, right? So yeah, not one of the greatest probabilities for this scenario. Triangle, running triangle. W, X, and then you need A, B, C, D, E. Way too early to call. I just had it on my chart this morning, so we can actually just remove it because you would need D to be in. But I was just puzzling. I was putting everything on the chart in the early morning, so we can remove this. This is not relevant. This one, of course, not relevant, as explained. And then my quote-unquote fun scenario. This would be quite the roller coaster, but this is still corrective, so it's still going to lead to the same result, which is taking out the high. And in this scenario, you can count an impulse A, B, C down in W. That's the only reason why I have this scenario in my folder, is because of I was just brainstorming. I was like, okay, I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 here. It's just difficult to make this whole thing a 5. But if I can make this a 5, then what can I label this? Well, I could do A, B, and then a slower C for a flat structure, right? Where this low is then a B. I was like, okay, interesting. So how can I go from there? And that's when, you know, I eventually came to this. This is very complex. It would mean that this is a WXY, meaning a flat X zigzag, and it's not a sideways structure, right? You can see that at the moment, this is a sharp structure. WXY is a sideways double combo. So but it's all but sideways. So it's a fun thought, but the probabilities as price moves up increase that this is a 5-wave, a crazy 5-wave move. So if we then talk about probabilities locally, after all these scenarios, of course, probability is higher, as mentioned also in the daily, to still look for this high to be taken. Sooner or later. We also touch the 886, which increases the probabilities for that to happen. Let's order them in probabilities. This is lower probabilities, and this is also low. Okay, so I guess your highest probability scenario here would be a finished WXY or the flat, where preferably then we also still take the high. So we then have 3-wave and then move down, hit 70.9K, and then get an impulse move down. Those would be the two I currently look for the most. All right, so WX and then your Y. Then we have the flat, which is the bearish alternative, because in both cases, this is WXY, and here your A is also WXY. So then we have lower probability because your B needs to be a 3-wave structure. And at the moment, it's a bit of a struggle to count this as a nice 3-wave structure. You would need to deep dive into lower time frames here. It needs to be a zigzag family structure now. Thinking. Yeah, you would need a WXY in here. So what I'm A, B, C, D, E, triangle, C, W, flat, X, and then you need another A, B, and then a grind up in C. Maybe taking the high, maybe not, but that would be your 3-wave structure. I would prefer to wait for my weakness. Wait for a range to form. On the daily, from a daily probability standpoint, you preferably want a deeper wave 2 to 05786. That's your common target area. 382 is still a target for 2, it's just less common. But you did hit the 886, increasing probabilities to take out the highs. So whatever happens actually here locally, you're still gonna look for price to take out this high. Any move down is regarded corrective as a C or Y, because you're still looking to then still at a later stage take out the high. So that is my bias. My bias is sooner or later take the high. I have no problem missing shorts as long as I manage to get into the longs, no? So yeah, WX, and then we have our Y. That's your bullish, then the flat, smaller flat. The smaller flat and the bigger flat have confluence in movement. The bigger flat, you're looking for a retracement, which is corrective. You want this to be a 3-wave structure. While the smaller flat also looks for a retracement, but it has to be a 5-wave structure. So based on that retracement and based on the range, we can determine what flat you get. But of course, you first need a retracement and a bit of a range. Another thing that's bugging me, to be honest, is where price bounced. So if I open the levels, right, and I show you the volume profile as well, right? You can see that the low was made at the value area low of this range here. Is that a level of interest? Yeah, I mean, it's a level of support, but it's a small range. It's not really like a significant level. And just below, we did have a daily gap, arguably more interesting. And then even lower at 62, of course, you have big levels. Yeah, it's not what we got, no, at the moment. But it is just something I keep in mind. I'm like, man, missed out on more interesting support, to be honest, than the value area low here. Sometimes the way it is. Okay. So yeah, probabilities on a weekly time frame. Probabilities are higher for the bulls on a daily time frame. So let me just summarize with the chart as well, so that we just go through the probabilities from high to low. On the weekly time frame, primary, alternative. In both cases, you do look for new all-time highs. Lowest probability is a bear market. Daily time frame. The bull scenarios have a higher probability. In the highest probability is for price to take out this high, right, at some stage. And at some stage, we're not talking about like 5 months and stuff, but your highest probability scenarios would be your double 1-2 here, or your diagonal where you look for retracement and then take the high, right? So in both cases, you look for the high to be taken. Even if you do happen to get a bigger corrective structure, you still look for price to take the high. So it just gives a better opportunity. If price does come down below the low, better opportunity to look for price moving up and take out that high. So yeah. And then low probability scenario and very low probability scenario. So the higher probabilities is the bulls on the daily. And then the 1 hour. 1 hour is a little bit of a I really dislike this structure. But yeah, it doesn't matter what I like or not, but counting this as an impulse, I mean, it's ridiculous. Would be the expanding diagonal would be your best bet. Incredibly ugly, but sometimes it's the way it is, I suppose. On the daily time frame, yes, probability is higher to take out this high. Would be nice to hit the common target for a 2, which is the blue box, and for a B, you actually want a deeper retracement as well. So ideally, of course, on a daily, yeah, you hit the minimum target for 2, as well as B. But it would actually be nicer to have a deeper retracement, plus then test the support that we have below. But we need to see some weakness here. Price is just moving up, bullish CVDs. We also have 1 hour bullish CVDs here, right? So here you can see all the bullish CVDs here. They all played out. They all played out. And then if you zoom out, so as price was moving up, as you zoom out here, you still have this CVD here as well, right? The bigger one. And then of course, as price moved up here, you had bullish CVDs and bull CVDs, and these consistently were better. And then you have this one still now, higher or a higher low, lower low. The target is 69.5. So the divergence there does support the narrative of still looking for a price to take that high, which I guess that's just your probability, no? Nothing really too much to say. The potential of a finished WXY and you continue, or I'm looking for flats now. That would be your bearish scenario. Waiting for a new range to form in that case. Yeah. And that's pretty much that, no? The moment price moved up here and we got this 3-wave structure, or sorry, this 3-wave structure, that is when yeah, you start looking for the high. But Am I convinced that this is already a very strong impulse? It's a relatively slow move, but it didn't change structure at all, and we just move up. So of course the local bullish CVDs played out. As price moves up, bull CVD, bull CVD, bull CVD. Yeah. So yeah, there you go. That is that really. Elliott waves on the Bitcoin chart. Let me put this here, and then Elliott wave analysis at, when did we start? I think around 18, no? Now chatting and a Q&A. Pin the message. Okay, very nice. Cool. New York is almost opening as well. Let's see what we get. Again, just for warning's sake, I suppose, it is a news-heavy week. Thank you. Thanks, Power Meet. How you doing? Welcome. Christian, welcome. Just make sure you trade safe with the news. I'm going to go into the questions in a second, but here Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And then, of course, next week on Tuesday, November 5, presidential election. Then on Thursday, some more stuff. And on Friday as well. But this doesn't really have a great impact on the chart, so I don't really expect too much. Probably Friday and the weekend, it just does nothing. But yeah, it's an interesting time, no? New York has been open for an hour. Oh, it's winter. Is it winter time now? Time change. Oh man, it's I'm so bad with the time changes, man. Winter time. I see. Okay. So now that means it's open since 2:30. Okay. So that's literally at the high. Interesting. Okay. Let's see. Oh yeah, the Lupo TA. This isn't. Oh yeah, we answered this. I answered this. B channel, how you doing? That's been a while, eh? B channel. That has been a while. Good to have you here, man. B channel, already a member for a very long time, and famous for the gifts as well back in the day. Good to have you back here. Nice green badge. Won't be surprised if it's actually gonna turn blue anytime soon, no? After a year. Probably a wise thing to do, not polarizing in divisive topics like these. Yeah, so when I became a speaker, especially when I became a global keynote speaker, but when I became a speaker back in the day, the one topic you never talk about is politics, unless you are a political person and you talk about that stuff. But it's not my expertise, and I talk about completely different topics as a global keynote speaker. And then you just never talk about politics, never engage in politics, never make politic jokes, all that stuff. You gotta stay away from those things. So I learned quite early that I never talk about politics. Everyone has their thing. So yeah, that's that. Okay. The win rate, I understand it's not a signal server, but it is a trading indicator. So this is interesting because you say, what is the win rate of your indicator, which basically means your question is, the moment the indicator gives a signal and I trade the signal, how often do I win and how often do I lose? That's basically your question, which also means you're going to use it as a signal service, because a win rate basically means what's your signal service, right? So when we look at the indicator and you get a line on your chart, the question is, what's the win rate, right? Because you want to know, do I trade every single CVD? Yes or no? That's the question, right? Because you want to use this as a signal, because that's the question. Now, when you use the indicator purely by itself, right? Let me start on the 4 hour. So only CVD, and you have normal risk management, right? You don't go hard. Will you be a profitable trader? Yes. Now, my question to you is, where do you TP? Where do you put your stop loss, right? You got to know those things, because this is a tool. It is not a signal service. This is a tool that supports your way of trading. It helps you to reduce the learning curve of using CVD, which you can also use without the lines, by the way. It's completely free as well. Reduces your time to learn about reading divergences, what they mean. You can just implement them. Now, I personally use CVD a lot, and I will talk about my win rate in a second. If you are a Diamond member, you know the win rate, you know the statistics, because it's all public, it's all there, right? Also, other Diamond members have collected data for themselves. They shared it in the group as well. So it's even tested by other members in the group as well. So there's no problem there. So I'll get to the data in a second. But this is a tool that if you would purely use CVD as it is, right, with the lines and the indicators, can you be a profitable trader? Absolutely. Absolutely. But your question, the question back is, where do you TP? What's your plan? Where's your resistance? Do you trade 1 to 2, 1 to 3, right? So that's more important, because your win rate, right, will also depend on where you put your TPs, no? But if you solely trade divergences, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, now locally here, 10, this one also 11, so that's 11 wins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 losses. I mean, do the math, no? And this is on the 4 hour. Now, and by the way, you need some good knowledge about CVD. This looks very dramatic. So here you had 1 hour bullish CVDs, right? Here you had bullish CVDs invalidated. However, if you know about CVD and you learn about CVD, you will see this was a first divergence, higher low in price, lower low on the CVD. The moment a first divergence plays out, a second divergence or third or fourth is not traded. Now, currently the indicator still shows these, but that's the way it is. So of course, in this case, would those be losses if you trade them? Yes, those would be losses. But you can see that the wins, I need to change my, let's see if I can get all the small CVDs in. No. Toggle inner diffs. I can't do that. Unfortunately, what you cannot see is the ones that actually did play out. So here locally, you have a higher low in price, lower low CVD. That's a bullish CVD divergence here locally that played out, leading to you having a winning trade to the upside, right? And then, yes, you have the excess as well. Now, on the 1 hour, 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't have the small CVDs on my chart anymore. It's too long ago. So then I need to check it for myself. Bullish CVD here. So yeah, if I look here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This potentially here you have 7. But I can't see the CVDs locally. So here there's a winning CVD over here. The winning CVD over here. You have internally, as price moved up here, we had bullish CVDs. But the thing is that once those CVDs played out and you get a bigger one, the smaller ones disappear. So yeah, there you go. And then you have the axis. 30 minutes, recent here. Bearish, bullish filled, bearish filled. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, I don't know, 15, 17 played out, yes. And then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 no. 15-minute time frame. My personal favorites are 3-minute and 15-minute, but that's the way I trade, because I don't trade every line you see on the chart. I have my plan. It's a tool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Still some more bullish here as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. 16 and 9. I mean, what I said at the beginning, as mentioned, if you would purely trade CVD divergences, will you have a profitable system? Yes. If you trade the lines, are you going to be profitable? Yes, but it depends on your trading system. So what is the win rate? The win rate depends on where you put your TP. That's the win rate. Depends on your plan, depends on your strategy, depends on other tools that you're going to use, right? Will you be profitable just using that? Yeah, but you got to make a TP. You got to not have psychology influence your decision making, right? Now, when we then get to my plan and strategy, that's purely for Diamond, because in Diamond, I share the way I trade. Everyone has access to it. I have how I made the strategy. I have the data. I have the rules that I have and the steps and the checks that I have. It's all there, plus tested by other people as well in the group. So let me, for the fun and giggles, just get this up. But the problem is that you can see my statistics. I need to search 1 second. You can see my trading statistics and you can be like, oh yeah, okay, so Koen is a profitable trader. Okay, that's nice. But I use more than CVD. So it's not going to help you. But I can still show it if you want to. Okay, looking. Okay, this is data from Jarvis, which is, Jarvis was one of the traders that was in the group. Let's see, this was, oh yeah, he also traded Solana. Where's the big one? Where's the big one? Oh wait, that's another strategy. Oh yeah, here. This is a good one. That's more data. Jarvis is one of the people that traded my strategy, and this was the first strategy. It's not even the improved strategy, because recently I improved it a little bit and made a 2.0 of my strat. But this is data. You can find this in Discord. It's in Diamond. It's in the statistics channel. You just scroll up and you'll find more data. So yeah, there you go. And then it's just about execution. Do I use CVD? Yes. Do I use Elliott waves? Yes. Do I use time frame horizontals? Yes. Volume levels? Yes. I have created a system that works very nicely for me. The question is, how are you gonna use CVD? Is CVD the best tool I've ever encountered? Abso-fucking-lutely. 100%. There has not been any indicator that comes close to the profitability that I have experienced myself with CVD, period. RSI, MACD, I don't know, like the whatever stuff, period. But make sure you use it as a tool in your toolbox. But it's very powerful. Very powerful. So yeah, there you go. So yeah, you got some data. It's from Jarvis, by the way. Oh wait, let me actually screenshot this, because else people might be like, oh, you just made this up, because you know you have those people as well. So here you have Jarvis. It's a Jarvis, right? And let me even do this so that you can actually see this as well. Okay, so there you go. You can see it's in the Diamond Statistics channel, right? Where people share more stuff and more statistics, but okay, there you go. And then of course, I think it's better if I even share other people's stats that trade with my strategy, because I can share my statistics, but my statistics are as good, if not better, than members that trade the way I do. So yeah, you can get a bit of an idea, I suppose. What do you think about footprint charts? I don't use footprint charts. What's up, Cole? Crazy Potato. What if we have a running triangle near the beginning on the 15-minute time frame? A running yeah, but then on the 15-minute. What if we have a running triangle near the beginning on the 15-minute time frame? I don't really know. I think on the 15 you mean this, I guess, A, B, right? So this is your A, B, C. But that is what I showed. Yeah, it's too early. But that was the W, X, and then A, B, C, D, E. Is this a scenario? Potentially, yes. Then this, of course, needs to be a zigzag structure. A, B, and preferably simple, being a 5-3-5, not a double or triple. But it's too early. It's too early, right? It's too early to think about running triangles. Oh, I just covered it. Yeah. Pleasure, Crazy Potato, and nice profit. Nice profit. 30K, yeah, I heard about that as well. How's personal life going? I mean, I just came back from South Africa a few days ago, where we were for 11 days, 2 birthdays there as well. So we had a great time. My wife is South African, for the ones that don't know. And we had a great time in South Africa, seeing family, seeing friends, keeping a side eye on the chart. But I wasn't really, like, I went live a few times on YouTube. But whenever I'm on holiday, I also try to be on holiday, if you know what I mean. You know, it's not always easy when you work for yourself as well, that when you're out and about on holiday, especially if you take your laptop with to leave things. But I really enjoy being live on YouTube, so that's good. But I also try to do a lot of other stuff and try to avoid trading as much as I can, because I don't want to have it in my head when I'm somewhere and then alarm goes off and, you know, that sort of, I got to check, and I don't want to really do that. So I try to be out of that mindset and more into holiday mindset. But yeah, great. Everything is running well. The last 2 months of the month approaching, there is definitely a lot of stuff still that we need to do. Jeroen and I, and also looking to increase the team, adding a content guy. I'm in touch with someone from Australia at the moment. So we're going to have a meeting with him to add to the team. Talking to someone else about launching another vertical to help more people building their plans. Then, of course, for next year, some preparations. I still need to fully legally set up just my business. So YouTube is just something also what I like to do. But I have, you know, I'm a speaker. I'm part of the Global Esports Federation, la-di-la-di-la. So I need to set up my identities in France. So the business entrepreneurial stuff in France, which I haven't fully completed yet. I need to find, I have already an accountant, but I need to find a tax lawyer and a good financial advisor here in France as well. Actually, a real one. Because, of course, I can't go to the people I had in the Netherlands. Oh, wait, the CVD is online, so we can scratch this one. Okay, so there we go, the CVD. Oops. And this is the problem. I do struggle with working on the business instead of working in the business, right? So and that's why I need to grow the team to give me more time outside of making content and speaking, and because on the background I also do speaking stuff, right? I noticed that I need help, because I can't really work on. I'm working in, which makes it difficult for me to study, to read books and learn more, because I read books that that solve my problem. So it's also recommended by MJ DeMarco, my favorite author, that if you want to read a book and you don't know what book you need to read the book that solves your problem. Or something that you need now, right? It doesn't have to necessarily be a problem, but something that you need now. And I like to develop myself in many different areas, especially, of course, business. So I read a lot of self-development books and business books, educational books, if I can, but it's a bit of a struggle to get to that. So on holiday, I actually managed to finish Atomic Habits, which was cool. And now I am reading Confessions of the Pricing Man. But yeah, I have more stuff. I need to still finish my vision. I still need to upgrade my home office. Still a lot happening. Yo, Alex, what's up, man? Out of nowhere, I'm all the way down here. Yo, what's up, Alex? Good to have you here. Let me just get through this quicker. So we answered everything here. Time change. New York already opened. That's good to know. Daylight saving. Gotcha. What? Crazy Potato, both, interestingly. So if people become an affiliate and support the channel that way, then they just receive the indicator for completely free. However, because of some people asking, hey, you know, I'm happy where I am, and I want to support the channel, but I don't like to switch to another platform and become an affiliate and support you that way. Can I just pay for the indicator? And first we had to say no, but we can discuss it if more people show that interest. And it's not a lot of people. I think in total maybe 8 or 9 people in Discord, in the Questions to Koen channel and the general questions channel, have asked about it. And so there is an audience that would like to use CVD, but doesn't want to be an affiliate, but just wants to pay. So we did a bit of research. We had to set everything up, and now it's launched. So it's both completely free, and then you have the option where people are like, yeah, okay, I don't want to become an affiliate, I'll just pay for it, and that's fine. Have you seen my question, Mohib? Can you repeat your question? I don't think No, I haven't seen it. Just repeat your question. Can you tell us more about FIP times for bullish and bearish scenarios? FIP times. About the FIP times for the bullish and the bearish scenario. I mean, the most bullish, of course, is you have a finished structure here, which finished on the 382 FIP times on a daily time frame. If you would look at a multi 1-2, and you take a FIP time from the end, or the end of green 2 to the end of blue 1, then the 0.382 has been passed, because you then count this, of course, as a WXY with Y ending after the 382. So even though the low is made before, the correction ends after. So that's why I eventually removed the 382 from my content, because it's valid, right? If you would count a WXY here. So therefore you can't really use time anymore. Like when this low was made, the probabilities were higher to still look for a bigger corrective structure. But after this low was made, with the potential of WXY being zigzag X flat, there is that chance. We might actually have a potential finished structure and move up and continue. Now, of course, for FIP time, I mean, everything else is just more like a bonus. So Yeah, this you can't really use this with fib time. B and C ending between 1 and 2 is perfectly fine. So the main goal was ending a structure after the 382, and that happened. And now it's mainly about following up with the structure up here. Would I like a deeper retracement in a 2 or B? Yes. For the sake of hitting some support down here. And also, it's just such an ugly wave C, but yeah, sometimes the way it is on the lower time frames. We hit the 886 as well. So yeah, I mean, even if price would tumble, probabilities remain higher to take the high. If price comes back down here, probabilities higher to take the high. If price goes, it doesn't matter. If price goes down here, probability still higher to take the high. So yeah, it's much more interesting to look up, and from a fib time perspective, the minimum has been reached. So yeah. Okay. What's up, Mr. Friends? How you doing? I wrote you, by the way, on Discord. Alex, hope you're doing good on the other side of the world. Good morning, because it must be morning for you. What kind of group do you get when you pay? I don't know what you mean, Lamil. So the group, one gets access, of course, right? And you get a CVD role in Discord so that you have access to the CVD indicator group, where the newest Bitcoin CVD will always be posted. And the most recent one here, 13th of August. So that's down here. So that's what people then see. Yeah. So it's just Discord. It's just the Discord group. Price. Do you mean candlestick patterns, TP? I don't really use like candlestick patterns or like traditional patterns. I'm very much, of course, into Elliott waves, so I don't really follow all the traditional stuff. In that case, Mohib, yes, I added you to a list. But of course, it depends on who I'm looking for. And at the moment, I'm very much looking for someone that can do content. Yeah. Alex, cheers. Have a great weekend. So yeah, shorts, but also like content and marketing. Just like knowing like titles, thumbnails, description, making shorts. Basically, like I record the video. Like videos, I usually upload myself, or actually always. I record the video. If I made speaking mistakes, edit them out and up, because my content is not very edit heavy. But for shorts, we need something. Then Jeroen can also focus on other stuff that's going on. And who else? Let's see. The first are two in mind. 1 second here. Oh yeah. So a marketeer, potentially adding to the team or working with a company that does marketing. And then number 2 was community / social media / content manager guy, like community, social media, content. Maybe it's different people, but if one person can do all that stuff. But at the moment, I'm talking to someone that does do the social media content thing. So yeah. My email should be just koenztrading@outlook.com. This email should work. Shouldn't be a problem. I also have, of course, a personal email. So if it somehow doesn't work for you, then just send me a DM on Discord, and I can send you another email. But this should work. koenztrading@outlook.com. That's the email I use. We did now request emails. Like other emails, like info@koenztrading.com and stuff. We received them, but we still need to check if they work and stuff. So they're not yet used. Cumulative volume delta. Yes. Working on holiday seems impossible. We love charts too much. Alarms are your friends. Yeah. Sometimes the best feeling in the world sometimes is when your phone is dead and it's empty and you don't have a power bank or you don't have a plug nearby, and you're like, oh, whatever, let's enjoy the day, and you just continue. First of all, like with my phone, I have every notification is off except for my agenda and my wife on WhatsApp. All the other WhatsApp messages do not give me any notification except for when my wife WhatsApps me. And YouTube comments. Every YouTube comment, I get a message or a notification as well, because of course I want to, like, so far since the beginning of the channel, I reply to everyone. And I want to keep that up as long as I can. So whenever I get a notification, I know, like, oh, there's a comment, and I can reply. Yo, Beer a Bit, how you doing? Oh, we are printing. How you doing, Beer a Bit? Good to have you here, man. Have you last month? Well, this month I was gone for 10 days. And that's it. I haven't, that's it. No, I didn't go on any other holiday. I was in March. I got married, so I was abroad. My holiday was 10 days Africa. I moved to France, but when I arrived in France, we just, everything kickstarted immediately. So and then I was gone for 1 weekend during the Dutch Grand Prix and then the Monza Grand Prix. So no, I've not been on vacation a lot. And just to answer the question, absolutely, because Diamond, the goal of Diamond, right, is for you to help you develop a trading plan, right? And for that, I made content, made the steps, the details, the tools, the downloads, and everything is set up. So of course, when people have questions, well, wherever I go in the world, I have my phone, so I can just answer. Because even when I'm on holiday, I still talk in Discord. I still went live on YouTube. I still provide updates to Silver. Probably when I go on honeymoon, I'll probably still do that. Not much, but still. So, no, if people have questions, they can ask me. But of course, by now in Diamond, all the content and all the files and all the downloads and everything is there. And then when people have questions about, hey, this, that, then I answer. So that's no problemo. Yeah. So Diamond very much useful. Even I could even be gone for a month, 2 months, and it doesn't really, like, the only thing is, like, I answer questions on my phone. And sometimes maybe if there's many questions, I might just pop on a Diamond stream and then answer all the questions that way. Same for gold. If there's many questions in gold, then I usually preferably just go online, because I can tackle the questions a lot quicker during a live stream. But very active. I'm very active in most active in, well, actually in all the memberships, in Silver during the day, mainly most in the morning when I wake up. I write a whole book. I write the whole update in text and what I'm looking for and everything. And then during the day, whenever something changes or happens or something interesting, I keep updating Silver in between content. In gold, it's about shortening the learning curve of helping people with Elliott waves. So a lot of content there, but also a very active group. Like active group of people being good with Elliott waves and asking questions as well. And then in Diamond is all about creating your plan and strategy so that you can be long-term profitable. Because that's a problem that many people experience. And of course, if you're in Diamond, you're also in gold and you're also in silver. But it's about building a plan, because most people struggle creating a good plan. And if you don't have a plan and trade based on emotion, it's not gonna work out. Or if you don't have a successful or a profitable plan, profitable strategy, you need certain steps and systems to help you out, and that's what Diamond is for. Flex the tier lounge with the TV chat. My ego needs to show that to 14. I never, if it's a percentage gain or loss, probably a gain in that case, I never show that stuff because I don't want those messages really in the group. Let me check what's happening there because it doesn't help anyone. Side note, but let me have a look here. Oh, now that's cool. This is perfectly fine. I won. Very nice. Very, very nice. Nice screenshot. Be a bit. You gotta add the R. Yeah. So if you don't know, guys, Bearbit has its own channel, its own lounge here. Great trader, great analyst. Lots of information in here, and you can find him. So at the moment, still it's a thread, but well, maybe in the future a channel. But you can go to Bitcoin TA, and then you click on threads at the top. You just click on here. You go to this threads, and then Bearbit TA Lounge. And then you'll be able to stay up to date with everything that Bearbit is doing. So yeah, Garish, hopefully it worked. I showed you the email address. I gotta say, like, if this is like a strong impulsive move up, it's quite slow, no? At the moment, like, I don't know, I'm not yet fully convinced. Would be nice to have a bigger corrective structure, but I need to wait for a bit of a range. 1 second. So now that we made a high, what we are looking for is the divergences on the right side of the high, because as price moves up and has bullish, 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 all of those, they play out, and you don't want to have CVD divergences with the same pivots. So if one pivot already had a divergence, you don't want to trade it again. So let's see what we get. Did we have bearish CVD here? No, not yet. But I can't deny that I'm not interested. So the interesting area for the longs, right, with the CVD, that's here. And this one was also interesting. But now, after we took the high, CVD here played out. Wait for a range to form. But if this is a finished corrective structure, WXY, you definitely, like, you need we need a 4. At the moment, the volume is in the high. So what you would be looking for, if this is impulsive, you need a 1, 2, 3, a 4, and a 5. So you still need a bigger sideways range, right? That is matching the range here without touching the 618, 67.5. Keeping an eye on the structure. Also, a good book recommendation I would suggest is Getting Things Done by David Allen. It's pretty good at allowing you to organize things, to get things done. Sounds like, yeah, definitely TP. And also, so maybe I don't know if I have it in my phone. Let me have a look here. Search. Getting. No, I don't have it in my book list yet, but I'm going to add it now. Getting things done. Wait, where is it? Oh, David Allen. Yeah, another book that I think is really, really good is Essentialism. So Essentialism is incredible. That's currently my favorite book about focus. You know? But who knows? Maybe this one beats it. I've been refining my Elliott wave knowledge for the past 2 years. What's up, Agent J? Koens is the best on YouTube at articulating the process and explaining the nuance. Definitely flattened my learning curve significantly. Cheers, agents. Thanks for popping in and saying that. Makes me happy. You know, that's what it's for. That's why I'm here. Of course, besides providing an update, I hope that many people learn something about Elliott waves, and also, if they wish to, other tools that I use in my personal trading. What car do you drive? I never talk about my personal assets nor investments, nor the watches, nor all that stuff. Because if you need a so-called content creator or influencer to show his Lamborghini, for you to trust someone, then you got to go there. Then I'm not your guy. So I don't show my investments. I don't show my real estate portfolios. I don't show my cars. I don't show my watches. I don't show my anything. That's not what I'm here for. And if people don't accept that, then they can happily move on. It also makes sure that the community I attract is a community that is not focused on those type of things, which is what I like to see as well. Yeah, if people need that, if people think that based on my analysis, right, if people watch my content and they're like, oh man, so many of his predictions are wrong, I mean, then they probably won't stick around, and they probably know that, hey, you know, something's up. But if they realize that most of my Elliott wave counts and my knowledge and my theory, you know, is good, and the Elliott wave counts as well, then they will have an idea of how I do in my life. No? So yeah, I don't need to talk about that stuff. It's not relevant. The Moon Boys love that stuff because it attracts the clicks. No, gets the clicks, but I'm happy to have less clicks, but stick to my values and my norms that I grew up with. And one of the most important ones that I grew up with is keep your feet on the ground, which is what I will do, and reflects in my behavior. Sorry, missed it. How can we get the CVD tool? You can get the CVD tool in two ways. Of course, it's with the lines in that case, right? So with the lines. So there's two ways. First of all, the one without the lines is just, you can go to, not Koens updates. You go to the Good to Know channel. You scroll up, and then here is the website. Here is my CVD indicator. And that is without the dotted line. So you would need to study CVD yourself and know how to read the divergences. And then for the templates with the lines, you can click on Koens updates, which is an older message. And then we have over here the lines, right? So you can see the line, very strong in trending environments. And with the line, so you don't need to learn about CVD or be able to read CVD, but you can download it absolutely free by just then becoming an affiliate and deposit $100 in your account. You don't even need to trade, but if you want to support the channel, then we preferably, of course, see that support. I changed the link, by the way, so I'm not sure if this link works. I have to update this link. I changed it this morning. So you can get it absolutely free if someone wants to support the channel by becoming an affiliate, and then deposit $100. Then yeah, that's that. And then we add you to the Koens CVD channel. However, some people don't want to be an affiliate and support the channel that way. They requested like, hey, is it possible to also just buy the indicator? And then we were like, well, I didn't really expect it because I thought, well, people like free, no? But we were like, sure. So we worked on this, and today we then introduced a way to get it by just then depositing USDT. Jeroen is the one that helped me out here. He's the employee, and then that's this. So you can go either or. Most people, by far, most people are affiliates. I think about 9-10 people asked over the past 2 months in the questions here, like, hey, is it already finished? Can we get it? Can we just pay for it? And then sure. So we just add that option to the community for the people that want to have that option. And for the people that don't, they can, if they want to, support the channel just by being an affiliate. So if I happen to skip your questions, please just write your question again so that I don't have to scroll up all the time. Sorry, J Bowes. So I don't know where. Oh wait. Yeah. Again, if I happen to skip because, of course, of the messages, just make sure you write it again. But is it possible to still take log 6 due to the 86 thread but not implemented? Yeah. The 886 touch that we have here. So the 886 touch taken from the high to the low, right? 886 is touch. The only thing that an 886 tells you is that the probabilities are higher to take out this high, because the probabilities are now low that this is a wave 1 and then a wave 2 for then a wave 3 down, like an impulse to the downside, right? The probabilities are higher that all of this is corrective. Now, of course, we were looking already at a corrective structure since we got this 3-wave move down, but the 886 just adds to that. So even if you get a move down, which yes, you can have a move to the downside. Where is it? I have one scenario that could lead to that. This here, right? W, X, A, B, and then a C down. Oh, it's something, we would definitely need some more weakness, but keep it in mind. But yeah, even if price moves down and you take the low, the probabilities are still higher to take out that high. So the bias is up. And the 886 helps with that bias as well. A good book, getting things, wait, I got to go down again. Trader Tom, yes. Trader Tom is a author of Best Loser Wins. Right? Yo, I just had a short error. He's the guy from Best Loser Wins, no? Best Loser Wins. Trader Tom. That's him, right? Tom Hougaard. So he's called Tom, but is he Trader Tom on YouTube? Yeah, Trader Tom, yes. Yeah, so that's the same guy. Yeah, so Best Loser Wins is his book. And but that's very trading focused, and it's more psychology, so trading psychology focused. And his presentations are really good. Psychology talks are, that's exactly, yeah. So let me show people. YouTube. Sorry, Crazy Potato, I didn't realize you were talking about the talk. So if you have Tom Best Loser Wins, and then you go to his presentation, there you go. So for everyone that likes to, so it's like, I like to support authors of a book, but if you don't want the book, just look at all the videos here. Best Loser Wins. I think there's like 7 parts. I don't know how many, view the full playlist. How many? Yeah, so, here, 7. So you can just find this. Where are we now? Here. Best Loser Wins, Tom, Best Loser Wins. And then watch all the videos. Really good stuff. And he talks about psychology, losing, because his Best Loser Wins is the book. Yeah, it's a great book. I've read it. The first half, in my opinion, is a bit better than the second. It can sometimes feel a bit repetitive, but it's a fun book. Yes, fun book. Essentialism, yes. Nice that you got it. It's a great book. Great book. Learn from Koen's free content. That's how much value is provided. It's not behind the paywall. Yeah, I mean, even on YouTube, even a channel video. I like the channeling video. I can put it behind the paywall. You know, I can just say, "Hey, I made a new video about channeling." If you watch that video, I mean, if you implement it, it will really help you with checking a trend and extending trades instead of hitting TP. Just extend them, like swinging. I can put a paywall, you know, and then be like, "Oh, you got to pay $10 and then you have access." But yeah, it's not what I like to do. Well, like, are there going to be, or am I thinking about more extensive educational material? Yes, of course. I have the bronze, silver, gold, diamond, but there's other stuff I think about. But yeah, it's you know, there's so much on YouTube. But cars is motivation, right? MJ DeMarco says how he chose to sell his Lambo because he didn't want to be identified as a Lambo driver anymore. I thought it was a strange concept that never occurred to me before. So MJ DeMarco, he's my favorite author, favorite business author. Are cars motivation? Yes. But why would my car be a motivation to you? You need your motivation, right? And have observed your channel for a long time, and I think you're not a trader. You always talk about your team like Jeroen did this and that. I don't think he even exists. Okay, yeah, he doesn't exist. This channel doesn't exist. I also don't exist. I'm actually AI generated. I'm not a trader, not at all. Everything I do is AI. Everything is fake. I am made and developed by Midjourney. With a little bit of help, thanks to Birabit. And everything you see, the webcam is fake, my background is fake. I'm just fake. Yeah, and that's exactly who I am. And if you don't like that, then yeah, you can go to someone else that is driving in fake and X-fake and do fake and whatever fake. So, look, if this is your opinion, then just go to one of the Moon Boys, mate. Like, you're talking like a big businessman. Okay. So what's a big businessman? The fact I am a global speaker, I speak on global stages. You can find that online, right? I have had businesses in the past. Yes, I worked with teams in the past, right? I had co-owners in the past. I was a medical student. Do I have a global business like Coca-Cola? No. But am I doing well for myself? Absolutely. So what's the problem? You know, you act like you're like a businessman. Is Jeroen in my team? Yes. Then you have the molds, right? Mark and Odin and maybe a Band-Aid as well, and Adam, right? Like, are they fake? I'm talking to Lachlan from Australia. He's an editor, new in the industry. Talking with him, setting up a meeting to add him to the team to develop shorts, right? Yeah, I don't know what you want me to do, mate. Like, if look, this is where I'd kind of like draw the line is, if you think that what I do here is not relevant to you and you think it's fake because I don't show my cars, my Rolex, my AP, my whatever you're looking for, my real estate portfolio, then you are the type of guy that doesn't belong on this channel. If you do think you learn a thing or two here about Elliott Way, style of trading, how I use CVD, which I show in videos, or build a plan the way I did it as well, and you can see how I build a plan in Diamond, then you know, just leave. Show Jeroen. I watch your videos every day. This is Jeroen, mate. Jeroen is living in the Netherlands. He's Dutch. I had a meeting with Jeroen this morning. He lives in the Netherlands. Wait, I have a picture with Jeroen. Jeroen. Of heb jij die foto nog? Wait, let me go to Discord. Mate, this guy, like, this is one of the simple guys. But I do like to engage with this chap. What a guy. Wait, let me find. Jeroen, we made a selfie when we had lunch when I visited you. Where is it? Wait, we will be able to find it. Where are we now? This is, I'm scrolling. Okay, it's not here. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? When did we meet again? Was it July? Oh wait, it's in our. It's of course it's in our WhatsApp. Yeah, thanks, Jeroen. Yo, Jeroen, can you send me that? Jeroen, can you send me the picture? Don't. Yeah, yeah, exactly. I also made the selfie with Mark. I'm so fake. Jeroen, can you send me that? Can you send me the picture again on WhatsApp? Yeah, just send me the. So I don't have to. I don't have to search. 1 second, UIX. It's coming up. And then after I show you a picture of Jeroen, you're happy to go to the Moon or MM Crypto or Da Vinci. I'm just waiting for the picture. Yeah, thanks, mate. Yo, Jeroen is so fake, yo. Zojuist means that he just sent it. And that's Jeroen and me having a drink in the north at a place called Roast. Was a good time. Yep. And that was the first time we met because, when I contract people and I do like to see them. Oh, and Tim is a real life friend of mine, by the way. It sounds so bad. Yeah, I know. The power of AI nowadays. Yeah, this picture is also, it's made by Midjourney. What we did is we made a prompt where we took a screenshot of my AI generated webcam face here. And we told Midjourney, like, can you just put a random other person next to me and act like it's having we're having a lunch, and just name him Jeroen. Right, he is a student. His birthday is on the 8th of November, by the way, so make sure to send him a present, because now you know he's real. So anyway, enough trolling. So, okay, there we go. So, yeah, that's that. No, that's that. Now, I gotta be honest with you, I haven't yet met maybe a Band-Aid, Odin, and Adam. But one day we will. Story of my life. What's up, Dao? How are you doing? Okay. Let's see if there's more serious messages here. What's up, Tim? Elliott Trades, thank you. BBL, yes, we are here for education. As a college student, Kunst is very helpful. Yo, BBL, weren't you starting the Elliott Wave month, like in your study you had Elliott waves coming up? No, you mentioned. I think wasn't it now or soon? Thanks, Jeroen. The home gym. Yeah, exactly. Heb jij de foto nog? Oh yeah, like my wife. So of course I always speak English with her, and when we encounter someone that's Dutch, and I very quickly switch to, of course, immediately to Dutch, she's sometimes like, oh, wait, I'm dating a Dutchie, not someone that's actually English. Yeah, Mark. Let's see. Ooh, I don't know if I can find our... Wait, spare... ja, Tim, klopt. Maar omdat ik live ben, kan ik de comments niet weghalen. Jeroen kan wel. Er zijn een aantal spamcomments in de reacties. Die moeten even verwijderd worden. Dus als je naar de comments gaat... In the elite trade secret, dependent leader wave 3 has 100 to be an impulse. Leading diagonals can all leading diagonals wave 3 has 100% to be an impulse and 0% to be 3 or so. But leading diagonals can have all their subwaves 3. Yes, based on the Elliott wave theory from Frost and Prechter, that's correct. A leading diagonal can be a 5 or 3 3 3 3 3 or a 5 3 5 3 5. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I actually wonder if he is real now. You know, maybe he's the bot. No. Thank you, Jung Vitus. When you come in the chat a little late, sounds real. I know. Is Bitcoin crash coming right now? I mean, look, if you have a finished 3-wave, so we've been talking about the low and look, on a daily, if there's a multi-1-2, your most common 2 target is down here, 05786, right? The 382 is touched, it is still a target. The low, the second low here, the higher low, after then a WXY, is made after the 382 fib time. So theoretically, there is the potential, of course, for bullish continuation, and that's that. Now, of course, probabilities, if you have a 2, I mean 05786 is more common. The first retracement here, this was a 0.5 retracement, so you had your move up, and this was a 0.5 Fibonacci from the low to the high, 0.5 touched. So that's what you like to see. This is incredibly shallow, 382. But it is still a target. So what's more interesting now is observing the move up. Now, something I'm not a fan of, but it's a little bit tricky to count it differently, is this move down being an impulse. Because if you want to finish this as a WXY, this has to be an impulse down, right? So you have zigzag, double zigzag, flat. I don't know. It's tricky to count this as a 5-waver. Is it possible? Yeah, you need a expanding diagonal, which is a bit awkward because it's very rare. So I don't know. I'm not yet sold on bullish continuation. The support we had here, so we bounced here on top of the volume, the value area low of this range. Of course, it's a bit of support, but it's not like I actually didn't have it on my chart. Right, and I definitely do like my SR areas to be hit. We now hit the resistance here, by the way. So I do like my SR areas to be hit, and I didn't have anything here. It was the value area low. Like I had a gap, daily gap just below, right? So that's interesting. And then I have the levels down here. If you close a daily candle in the gap, probabilities increase to fill the gap to 63.2, and then you're down here, daily, weekly, naked point of control, daily, naked point of control. So, yeah, I would be a lot more interested in testing lower support, but I can imagine like everyone is so bullish, instead of having a deep retracement, maybe just fly. Like there's something to say both sides. It's also a news heavy week, so it's a risky week, right? You can say, if we just continue up and up and up and up and we don't come back down, people will miss out because they might not be in their longs and all that stuff. But at the same time, I mean you had a deep retracement here, shallow retracement, but it still hit target. So I'm more interested in observing the move up, but so far this move up is a bit slow. We have currently the highest volume in the high. Now, if this is an impulse, right? If this is an impulse, we need a 5-wave structure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, if that's the case, then 5 ends on a high amount of volume. That is not very common for an impulse. It's more common for a wave C in that case, right? Alternatively, this would then need to be part of your wave 3. Right, so you then need to count this as like a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, or whatever, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. Like you still want a bigger 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then 5 ends on high volume. That's not preferred. Preferably the highest volume is in the wave 3. And therefore you then you want to do 3, 4, 5. So if we then take a fib from the low to the high, you're in validation 67.5 for an impulse. I mean, honestly, changing market structure would not be bullish. But then again, I am more interested in looking for longs myself than shorts. Of course, not at the high of the range. But first of all, this is very much a three-wave structure to the downside, right? Increasing probabilities to sooner or later take that high. This one, three-wave. And we also hit the 886, and it does happen after 886. It's like seeing a reaction at the 886, of course, happens very often, right? Like instead of just continuing, having a reaction at the 886 happens often. Golden pocket is an interesting level after an 886 touch. So that's why I have a template, 618 retest as it's called, RT, which is this one here. So click. And because the 886 is touched, probabilities again increase to take out that high. Any move to the downside has a higher probability of being corrective. Think C, think Y. Still probability is higher to take out the high. So yeah. Oh. So I wouldn't really talk about a crash. I mean, I guess like if this move would be the opposite direction, so this is a move up, right? If this move would be the same direction down, I mean, you probably like have people that say, oh, it's a crash, but for me, it's very insignificant in the bigger scheme of things, of course. So even if you get a move down, it's just a better opportunity to buy again for me. November 8th is my birthday too. Oi! Jeroen and BBL, same birthday. Huh? We are in a simulation. The Matrix, I watched The Matrix on the flight the other day. He's too imperfect for a fake, exactly. Fake picture if that was in the Netherlands, no sun there. True. I mean, we're now going to winter. So yeah, agent, I know. It's just that when you get people that comment that useless stuff, it's I don't know, maybe I have to train myself, but I also feel like if I would not answer that, I would almost be afraid people would like think it's real. Like, so I'm like proving like, yo, mate, like, what are you talking about? So, yeah. I mean, I guess everyone realizes what happened, but TP. Almost met when you were in South Africa. Yeah, I know. But Odin, and you were busy for all the good reasons, helping out family. But Odin, I'm gonna be back in. So we have a wedding in South Africa from a friend of my wife on the 8th of March. So likely, of course, we're gonna be back in the first week of March, probably end of February. We will, Odin, we will have many opportunities to meet in South Africa because I'm there once a year, twice a year because of the family of my wife. And now, of course, we're in the wedding age, so everyone gets married. So we might be there a bit more often. Security analysis. Why is also AI? Yeah. All my Instagram story posts that I did during my time in South Africa was also AI driven. My professor shared on Elliott waves and technical analysis. He is back in one of his lectures. I see. Oh, that's interesting. Of course, you have the fundamental camp and you have the technical camp. I'm personally of the opinion that both work. I don't have a bias to anyone's trading plan or strategy, especially if you read Market Wizards. You will realize that whatever you use, you can be profitable, but you need a system, you need a plan. And you can be a technical analyst and draw trend lines. It doesn't have to be complex. Like trend lines can be very profitable, but you need a structure, you need a plan, you need rules. And when you read those books, which are great books, you will realize that some of them are fundamental traders, others are technical traders, others are a mix of both. Some people are scalpers, other people are swing traders. You can be the trader you want to be, but you need a plan. Naman Katri, your analysis is very discreet and make me correct even sometimes my analysis, which further helps in gaining confidence in my analysis too. However, I'm still looking for tools to get more confidence. Yeah, many people use other tools in confluence with Elliott waves, and I like CVD, right? So for example, so CVD is one of the tools that I like to use, as well as my horizontals, right? My support resistance areas to observe the reaction, look for a range, look for structure, bullish or bearish, impulsive or corrective, and that helps me in my trading, also with Elliott waves. Yes, I trade Elliott waves as purely as it comes, but then I also have other ways of trading. Elliott waves is more like swingy most of the time. The others are more day trading. I'll hit you up, have some questions, need all perspectives. Oh yeah, good point. Good point. Wow, I completely forgot to introduce Odin to you, Douwe. Yeah, so he lives in South Africa. He lives basically like next door of where my wife grew up. So if there are any other South Africans, by the way, Douwe is looking to relocate to South Africa with his wife, and he's looking for information. So hey, if you know something, hit him up. He has the same username in Discord. I have good marks in... Okay, security analysis. Yeah, I know you had good marks, but I didn't know it included Elliott waves. But okay, that's good to hear. Didn't expect anything else, of course. Low October 23. Oh, this one. So this 886 is a lot more important than this one, right? Because this is your high. If this is very low probability 1, 2, 3, right? Can you move down? Yes, but you won't label it a 3. It's going to be C or Y, right? Corrective structures. This one, W, X, Y. A wave Y in a sideways double combo doesn't have to take out the low of W. And therefore, this 886 is less relevant, right? Because you can have a potentially finished structure as a Y on an 886. So when you create a high, right, you take the 886 to the low. That is your most important one. Of course, if price would have changed structure here, then you can start pulling 886s from lows to highs. But yeah, a wave Y has the opportunity to end on an 886. So therefore, we can't use that 886 in our probabilities. And the reason it doesn't happen often, but let's see if I can here. This was an 886. I might be on a too high time frame. No, I think it works. We had an 886 here. See? But we didn't take this low. And then as price moved up, increasing in volume, touching the 886 from the high to the low, which is the more relevant one in that case, probability is high to take the high. So the reason, of course, this is more relevant is because here you have move down, move up, move down. You're inside a corrective structure, right? You're in the middle of a corrective structure where 886s can act as support. And as you then move up, hitting this one in the structure is a lot more relevant, the bullish one. So you want to pull an 886 from like a significant high or a significant low in a trending environment. So if price moves up, you want to take it from the high to the low. if price moves down from the low to the high. Holy moly, Koen, what are you doing? There you go. And the reasoning behind it, no? So if I pull an 886 from this low to the high and price touches the 886, then the only thing I know is, okay, probabilities are low that this is a wave 1 and this is a wave 2, because 886, right, is very low probabilities. Now, price here, high to low, 886, low probabilities for 1, 2, and then a 3. Probabilities higher, everything here, and what's going to come is corrective. Probability is higher to take out the high. So it creates a bias. It's a bias. Oksana, by the way, I forgot to say thank you so much for your Elliott Wave educational playlist on YouTube. This is like my #1 tool now. Cheers. That's nice to hear, Oksana. Thank you for saying that as well. It is a very to the point, it's very short and to the point, right? All the videos, so it's kind of like hardcore. It's a beginner's playlist, as I kind of cover everything you need to know from an Elliott wave point of view. So everything about Elliott waves is in there, but it is very, very fast. Like these are the fibs, these are the targets, this is the structure, this is time, this is volume, these are tips, and then end. There's only 2 videos over 8 minutes. The rest is shorter. So, but yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy to hear it helped you out. You know, it's everything you need to know is in that playlist about traditional Elliott waves. Yeah. Chris, still more probable to take out the low before the high. The low before the high. That's a tricky question, because you hit. So the bias is up. Can you take out the low first? Yeah, but then you need this 105 to hold for this to then become a flat A, B, C, take out the low. The other scenarios pretty much all take the high. Oh, and we have this one as well. Wait. What did I do during the stream? Something like this, no? Something like this. But because you hit the 886, high to low, 886, important level in Elliott waves, increases probabilities to take out the high. Even if you do come down, you still look for price to move up and take out the high. So the bias is up. I don't care about not being part of a move down because my bias is up. So it just creates a better buying opportunity. So that's the bias that Elliott waves gives. Do we have a potential finish WXY? Yeah, right. The zigzag, double zigzag, flat. We have this move to the upside, which it looks so far it looks a bit slow. No, it looks a bit slow. A, B, C, no, A, B. Can we make it a regular flat even? Yeah, so we did hit the 09. But if this is a regular flat, okay, thinking about something else. So if this is a regular flat A, B, C, then this needs to be a 5 waver. Okay. But then this has to be a zigzag, 5, 3, 5. It's not really 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, but then you have overlap here. Unless, you know, this is not a 5-wave structure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, cool. But 1, 2, 3. This needs to be 4, and then your 5 is also a 3-waver. 50 minute. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's overlap. It's easy. It's a lot easier here with price to have a more zoomed out perspective, right? Like when price bounced up here, we went to the 50-minute because the 50-minute was very clear. 3 correction 3. This move up is, I mean, I kind of just explained what I'm looking for, right? You take a fib from the low to the high, and then 65.5 was it? That's your invalidation for wave 4, because your volume is now in the high. So if this is impulsive, then you want to still have a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a 5. So you're still looking for a range, and then preferably one more move up. If this is corrective, then sure, you can end on a high amount of volume, hit 65.5, and then look for price to make another low first. The real challenge is to develop a stable personality to distinguish from fake from real. If you are susceptible to conspiracy theory, the division line is blurred. Yeah, I mean in today's age, it's not always easy to see if it's AI or not. But I mean, am I AI? Maybe not. So we answered the question. Oh, I gotta be quick. Trinidad and Tobago. No, I haven't been there yet. It has 9 steps. Nice. Wait, Dawa. I'm going to work on the 2025 plan and steps as well in this quarter. Usually I do it in December, but I'm finalizing my 10-year vision, and then I need to work on the 5 and the 1. And then the 1-year vision has to be executed. So then, of course, I need the steps. So interesting how you approach it. Do you have an approach you learned somewhere? Or I generally use the more like MJ DeMarco approach of making a 10-5 1-year plan, and then the 1-year plan, which is your 1-year goals as well. You cut them into pieces, and then eventually you have monthly goals, weekly goals, and then of course your daily execution. Look, UIX, I think it is good to be critical, right? And it's no problem asking critical questions. But it's the way things are asked, Yeah. It's like I'm quite simplistic. If I mean, I proved Jeroen is real and the team, the Discord and everything. But if someone thinks that what's happening here is not real, then I'm happy to move on. So it's just the way things are written sometimes, leading to a reaction. But no one wishes or wants you to leave, unless of course it continues and the unbelief continues, and the trolling and chatting, for example, in that case, then eventually we're going to put a hold to it. But there's no reason for us to do that now, and that's also why you're still here. So of course, be happy to be here, but it's good to ask critical questions. It's good to ask about those things, but I also have an answer for everything, right? So and if in the end an answer would not be sufficient for someone, right, then there's many other channels. But happy, of course. If we wouldn't want you here, then you would have already been banned. But that's not the case. So you're still here. My plan is more the strat itself, but it gets sparked by the goals and the vision. I'll share in the lounge. Cheers, Dawa. There's actually a lot of entrepreneurs in the community as well, which is great to see. It's nice to also talk about entrepreneurship. It's not always easy. Like, so we just moved to France, and I have my friends in the Netherlands. I don't really have friends yet in France. Yeah. I met one guy, but he happens to be on holiday and lives in the UK, and I sometimes still chat with him as well. And, he's an entrepreneur. But I need to put a bit more effort. Like, once I got my stuff set here, like my businesses and identities and everything is fixed, then I need to get out and about, meet some people, build a bit of a network here as well. Because it's nice to be able to communicate and talk about entrepreneurship. I now do it like also, and I will continue to do so with my Dutch friends. But it would be nice to have local people as well at the same time. So. Please don't forget to check your email. I want. You can spare us a email. Yeah. Hey, Jeroen, how old are you getting at? 22? It's time for family prayer. Yo, have a good time, BBL. Have a good prayer. And see you at the next one. So I probably won't be there when you finish your prayer. It's time for me to also move on. Where's my agenda? I need my agenda. Yeah. It's time for me to go to the gym. This Sunday, we're going to do, my wife and I, a half marathon. And I still want to go to the gym. And then maybe, like, probably Tuesday, Wednesday. I think today gym, tomorrow running, Wednesday gym, and then rest a bit for the half marathon. 20. Oh, there you go. Okay. It was somewhere early 20s, but 20 it is. Yeah. Okay, everyone. I think, also seeing the viewers, 76 people here. We kind of course, we're done with the main show, which was Elliott Ways at the beginning. So, that is, of course, what most people jump in for. And I also have to do other stuff. So thanks for being here. Appreciate you joining. And there's going to be a video tonight. Let's see if we get anything else on the chart. The probabilities are quite clear, of course, when we zoom out. So take care, trade safe. It's a news-heavy week. I'll be talking about the news, of course, probably every day, because from tomorrow onwards, there's something happening every day. So it's going to be an interesting week. I will be live for the news-related things every afternoon. Friday, I do have family over, but I should be able to. I just combine it. Should be no problem going live on Friday. Because we do have news on 2:30. We do have some news on Friday, so let's see what happens. But thanks for being here, and we will see each other very soon again.